Hey guys, you're laying in bed, you're trying to fall asleep, and your entire life flashing through your mind. Everything you've ever done is coming back to your memory, and you're thinking, there's got to be more to life than this. Have we been there? Well, the good news is there is more than this. In fact, the key to unlocking that more is a more vibrant, deeper relationship with God, a transformational relationship with God. And that's what we're going to be talking about today and in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be talking about how do we grow deeper in our relationship with God. But first, let's make some coffee. Hey guys, welcome back to Coffee with Cody. I am Cody. Here is my coffee. I am so excited to dive right into our discussion today. Today we're going to be taking a shallow dive into one of my favorite passages in Scripture. It's one of my favorites because every time that I read it, I get just a little bit more out of it. In fact, last time I tried to teach out of this passage, what was supposed to be one sermon ended up being a 6-week series. And we're not going to do that today. Today we're just going to take 3 truths out of this passage. So let's jump right in to Ezekiel chapter 47. Here in Ezekiel 47, beginning in verse 3, it says, "Going on eastward with a measuring line in his hand, the man measured 1,000 cubits, and then led me through the water, and it was ankle deep. Again he measured 1,000, and led me through the water, and it was knee deep. And again he measured 1,000, and led me through the water, and it was waist deep. Again he measured 1,000, and it was a river that I could not pass through, for the water had risen. It was deep enough to swim in, a river that could not be passed through. And he said to me, Son of man, have you seen this? Then he led me back to the bank of the river. As I went back, I saw on the bank of the river very many trees on the one side and on the other. And he said to me, This water flows toward the eastern region and goes down into the Arabah and enters the sea. When the water flows into the sea, the water will become fresh. And wherever the river goes, every living creature that swarms there will live. And there will be very many fish, for this water goes there, that the waters of the sea may become fresh. So everything will live where the river goes. Fishermen will stand beside the sea. From En-gedi to En-eglaim, it will be a place for the spreading of nets. Its fish will be of very many kinds, like the fish of the great sea, but its swamps and marshes will not become fresh. They are to be left for salt. And on the banks on both sides of the river there will grow all kinds of trees for food. Their leaves will not wither, nor their fruit fail, but they will bear fresh fruit every month, because the water from them flows from the sanctuary. Their fruit will be for food, and their leaves for healing." The first truth that I want to point out is that the water coming out of this temple is starting out at its beginnings ankle deep. It's not coming out of the temple gushing. In fact, it's probably more like a trickle. And the reality here is that when we begin our journey deeper in our relationship with God, it is easy to get discouraged when we're not where we want to be. And I want to encourage you, if you're not where you want to be a week from now, keep pressing on, keep going. God will finish the work that He has begun in you. The second point that I want to draw out of this passage is that the water that is not moving or that is not connected to the stream becomes swampy water. In Proverbs it says that the complacency of fools will destroy them. And then in Revelation, Jesus says that He will spit the lukewarm out of His mouth. If we are not growing with Christ, if we are not moving when God moves, then we're dying. We've got to keep moving with the stream. We need to keep growing in our faith. The third and final point that I want to draw out of the shallow dive into this very, very deep passage is that when the stream meets the Dead Sea, that it brings life. And we see that the stream, it meets the Dead Sea, and the Dead Sea, the salty water, becomes fresh, and fish start to live there, and everything that swarms to the formerly Dead Sea will live, and trees sprout up on the sides, and it says that the fruit of the trees will be for food, and the leaves will be for healing. Now, it is not hard to look around at our world today and see that our world is hurting. We need hope. We need life. And when we grow in our relationship with God, when we go deeper with God, we become that source of life. We become these trees that are planted next to the stream of living water that is Jesus Christ, that bear the good fruit for food, and we have these leaves that are for healing, so that the people that come to us are sustained and they have life and healing. We are that hope and life in a very hurting world. In fact, this is exactly what we are called to be. Jesus says, "You are the light of the world, so go and let your light shine." Here's the thing. I am not satisfied with where I'm at in my life. I am not satisfied with where I'm at in my relationship with God. I want to go deeper. I want to be a man after God's heart. I want to be a blue rag kind of man. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, come back next week for that video. I cannot wait to dive into that illustration. But that's the kind of man that I want to be. I want to be going deeper in my relationship with God. I want you to be going deeper in your relationship with God. And I want to know, will you go deeper with me? That's my challenge this week. Step out with me into this water that is Jesus Christ. Let's go deeper. And if you are willing to go deeper with me, if you are interested in accepting this challenge to step forward in our faith together, let me know down in the comments, and then come back next week as we begin this journey deeper into the stream that is Jesus Christ. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, click like. If you haven't already, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post new content. That's going to be every Friday for these Coffee with Cody devotions, and every Wednesday for worship covers. As always, I am praying over every single person that views this video. If you want me to pray over you specifically, let me know down in the comments. Now, my favorite way to go deeper into my relationship with God and deeper into the presence with God is through worship. So right here, I'm popping up a worship playlist. Let's go ahead, click right here, and let's go worship together. See you over there.